Hello and welcome back to Linux Academy. In this video, we are going to learn about generators. Let's look at an example function called counter. Let's set I equals 0, which is the integer we're going to count. And while true, we're going to increment 1 and return I. Now when you call this function, say A equals counter, no matter how many times you call this function, it will always return 1. And if I check the type of the return value, you would note it's an integer. Now let's look at the same function written as a generator. Everything is very similar. We do the I equals 0 while true, I plus 1. But instead of the return, I will use a yield function. Now just like before, assign counter to A. And then now when I check the type of A, I get a generator, which is different from before. Now I can do things that only a generator can. For example, I can print next A, I'll get a 1. If I do print next A again, I'll get a 2. Print next A again, I get a 3. Generators are inherently different from functions because they maintain state. So you can keep on calling a generator and it will create the new value for you and return it. This is called lazy evaluation, which means instead of creating all the values at one go and keeping them in memory, you create the values one at a time in a function and return them, thus reducing the amount of memory and CPU used. That's it for this course. That's it for this course. Mark it complete and go to the next one.